Hello, and welcome to this free mini course for beginning trumpet players by etrumpetLessons.com. I'm Brett Mangus. I'm glad that you want to play the trumpet, and I'm going to help you get started off on the right foot. Now, in case you don't realize, I'm going to be sending you a new lesson every few days throughout this little mini course. Each lesson is going to present a new skill or a technique or a concept that really lays the foundation for trumpet playing. Now, this course is for beginning trumpet players, and we start with laying a solid foundation from the very beginning. In that full lesson program at etrumpetLessons.com, we get into a lot more detail for not just the brand new beginner, but also for the beginner with some experience too. If you've already been playing a while, it's a great program for you because it gives you a chance to review your fundamentals and make any corrections to improve your tone and technique. And I especially encourage you to follow through with me if you've never worked one-on-one with a teacher before. Any adjustments that you might want to make are going to be much easier right now than later on down the road when they become more of a habit. Plus, your development and your improvement is going to be a lot easier if you have a solid foundation of good technique. I've seen lots of trumpet players really struggle as they try to improve because they just don't have the basic techniques down. The best trumpet players still practice the basics. Athletes are the same. Shaquille O'Neal practices free throws. Scratch that. Kobe practices free throws. The point is, the best performers in any field still focus on fundamentals, and that's what we emphasize in these beginning trumpet lessons. All right, let's get going. We're going to start off by learning the right way to produce a good sound. Now, some musicians, like guitar players, have it really easy in this area. Their tone is determined mainly by their instrument, and if you just pluck one string, it makes a sound nearly identical as if Eric Clapton himself played that note. Trumpet players, though, spend their entire careers practicing and focusing on their tone. Now, I tell you this as a beginner because I want you to be patient with yourself if your tone just doesn't sound clear as a bell right off. In fact, I can almost guarantee you that it won't. But be patient. I'm going to help you develop a nice, clear tone. So, the way you produce a sound on the trumpet is by buzzing your lips together. I'll show you this first without the trumpet. Now, if that concept or that idea of buzzing your lips together seems really strange to you, let me ask you to go back in time. Back when you were about 4 years old and you were angry or frustrated and you just wanted to spit and you went, right? Not an adult spit, a little kid spit. Now take that same sound and extend it out a little bit longer. All right, that's progress. Now, I'm guessing that the sound you made is maybe a little rough, more like a and the sound we're after is closer to a cleaner. Now, to get that clean sound, you want to first make the corners of your lips nice and tight. Those tight corners are going to kind of firm up that whole muscular area and make the set of your lips a little bit flatter in the front. You don't want a pucker shape like you're kissing your Aunt Tilly. And even though I use the spit reference, you're not really spitting, and you don't want a lot of spray out there. Look at yourself in the mirror and make sure that the underside of your lips, or that wet part, aren't visible when you make your buzz. Just like when you say the letter M, M. So, let's try it once again. Cheeks in tight, not puffed out. The corners of your lips are going to be really firm, and the front of your lips are going to be relatively flat, not puckered up. Pause the video here if you want, and try buzzing a few tones on your own. How'd you do? Were you able to clean up that buzz sound a little bit? Now, another reference that you might want to think about is to make your sound more like a mosquito buzz than a dirt bike. Sometimes the idea of spitting out a hair maybe or a seed can also help you get that right concept in here, kind of a. If you find that your buzz is pretty rough, really focusing on clenching those corners, making them nice and tight and firm. So now that you can buzz, let's put a trumpet in front of it. Now, in case you don't know, your trumpet assembly is pretty simple. The mouthpiece goes right there in the lead pipe. Give it a little bit of a twist just to firm it up, and you're fine. To hold the trumpet, start by making a little shape of your hand like this, and just put your thumb in front of the first valve and your other two fingers around the other. That ring finger then is going to go through that ring on your trumpet, and your pinky then just rests behind that. On your right hand, hold your hand as if you're going to catch a ball. The thumb is going to go just between that first and second valve in there. The first, second, and third fingers rest on top of the valves, and then that fourth pinky just rests on top of this pinky ring. Now, take a big breath and try to get that buzz again into the trumpet. Go ahead and play. All right, how did you do? Are you keeping those corners nice and firm? Now, you probably played one of two notes, and either one is fine. You played either or, and again, either of those notes is fine. Be sure, though, that you're not pressing your trumpet into your lips with brute force. You should be able to make a tone just by holding the trumpet gently in place and using good, steady air. Pressing that horn into your lips is one common mistake that beginners make, and if it becomes a normal habit for you, it's really going to hold you back and hinder your ability to improve. Practice making nice long tones on any note that you can produce. Don't try to play too high or too loud, just aim for a consistent tone. Now, I know you're a brand new player, so playing with a consistent tone is probably a pretty tall order. So just do your best with it. And that's basically how to make a sound on the trumpet. I'll cover more with you in the next lesson, but for now, I want you to learn to be comfortable buzzing both without the mouthpiece and playing a tone with the trumpet. Use a mirror to make sure that your embouchure is tight at the corners and that your lips are flat in front and not puckered and not spraying spit all over. Practice this, do a few minutes buzzing without the horn, and you can also try to vary the pitch a little bit, like if you start to get fatigued, just take a rest. Then add the trumpet and aim for a consistent tone. And again, I know that's just one note for now, but I'll tell you, if you can start by playing one note really well, then you're way better off than playing 20 notes badly. So try to get some consistency to your tone, and then in the full program, I'm going to teach you some ways that you can really develop that sound into a really nice, clean tone. The quality of your tone is crucial, actually, because it's the basis for everything that you play on your trumpet. So I do invite you to go check out that full program at etrumpetLessons.com. Now, practice this buzz, practice your tone, use your mirror to watch for good form, listen for a clear sound, and I'll see you in the next lesson.